What's good, YouTube? You know who it is. It's your boy Neon Diamond 11 back again talking about Degrassi Next Class Season 3, Episode 1, hashtag Break the Internet. Now, at the end of Season 2, the biggest thing was, is someone going to die because there was a bad bus crash, someone was in critical condition. Shows like to do this where they're like, oh, someone might die, someone might not die. And we really weren't sure, so at the end of Season 2, I predicted that maybe someone would die. Well, I was convinced that a huge character would die, either Tristan or Tiny. By the way, I love how people immediately like, well, no one's dead. They didn't say anyone died. Yeah, they were predictions. And spoilers if you haven't watched the episode. I mean, they're all out, so maybe someone's even finished it. But hey, if you have, please don't post spoilers because I'm gonna post each episode at a time. I'm gonna watch each episode at a time. As tempting as it is to binge all of them, I want to get through each episode by itself. And yeah, so we find out that no one has died. No one has died yet. They show the aftermath, and it's pretty brutal. Um, I think minor injuries were Maya and um, Grace, and I believe Jonah, and the few others. And then also they showed Tiny on the laying down with like a cast and the blood and everything on a gurney. And also they showed Tristan, and we have learned that Tristan has been out for a while and he's in a coma. And so Tristan is Miles is kind of going through with that, and he's hoping, hey, Tristan, he wakes up, he's fine, and he's at the hospital, and he's talking to Tristan about something, and Tristan squeezes his hand, and I'm like, oh crap, Tristan, he's gonna wake up, and Miles tries to post the update to like some Degrassi page outside of school, and Simpson tells him, hey, your posts have you've been blocked because of your posts, and um, Tristan Miles says, "Hey, I've got some good news about Tristan." And he's like, "Well, great. You can just tell it to everyone in their face, and they can have a better reaction." So yeah, we can definitely see that Miles is definitely upset, and as he should be, because this is a pretty bad situation. And so there's a scene later where he goes to the hospital. By the way, I'm talking about each storyline like I usually do, the three separate storylines. As I was saying, he goes back to the hospital, and Tristan's mom is kind of like, but before that, Esme mentioned something about it's a voluntary response, so don't get excited when he mentions it in class. And so Miles goes talks to Tristan's mom, and she's like, "Yeah, 10 weeks is pretty a lot for a coma, especially someone his age or something like that." And so the way she's saying it's like it's not going to end well, and that even if he wakes up, he might be brain dead or something. She didn't say that, but he's kind of wondering like, is he going to be the same? And so I thought that was really interesting. And so this episode we really see Miles kind of go back to his old self where he lashes out. Um, I guess not necessarily his old self per se, because he lashed out, but not like his crazy lash out. But he's just going through that emotional time, and I really hope that everything goes well for him and Tristan. Um, And at the end, he kind of like has this connection with Lola, which I felt, to be honest, was kind of weird. Um, but I'll talk about that more later. Probably forgot a few things. But anyways, so next we talk about Zoe. She decided for a fresh start. We've always seen this type of character at the at the beginning of the school year. There's always, oh, this is gonna be my year, fresh start, blah blah blah. And so she talks to Grace, and she tells Grace that she hasn't told her mother that she's gay yet, and that's still a concern for her. But Zoe has other concerns besides her personal life. Syrian refugees are coming to Degrassi, which is really cool because it's kind of like relating to real life. And to be honest, I don't really know much about refugees or Syria in general, so I think that'd be pretty cool. But there's always got to be drama with everything, as you know. So I forgot the specific name of the group, but they're an LGBT group at Degrassi, and they're upset that they're moved to the janitor's closet because the Syrians have their new space. I forgot exactly where, kind of where they can just like pray. I think it's their prayer room, and also they can just hang out. And so VJ is very upset about this, and he kind of like he mentions like, hey, it's ironic that we're in the closet, and it's a remodeled closet, but he's still upset about it, and he's like, hey, we can both share. It's a safe space for everyone. And Goldie mentions, yeah, quick note, I noticed in my past comments, a lot of you've mentioned your dislike for Goldie. So hopefully with the Syria storyline and maybe some other storyline, we'll get to know more about her and not hate her as much because I really can't stand her. I don't hate her as much as you guys, but yeah. So also what happens with that is later Zoe in the office says that she's gay and she's kind of like, just drop it, VJ, okay? We can all have our different spaces. It's not that big of a deal. And later, VJ makes a video and reminds me of when him and Maya had that disagreement. He made a video, and now VJ is making videos. Another character you guys don't like, and I don't like him either. VJ comes off as very annoying. Um, I mean, I felt like even though he talked to Zoe, I felt like he could have like set her aside, like him and her like talked about it. But no, he went out and said, she's a self-hating gay because she said she's gay, and um, Zoe and Goldie are out getting some food or something for like I think the Syrians or no, not the Syrians. They're having this I don't know some food, some event, but they're getting food and Zoe kind of freaks out and she hits a fire hydrant. So her mom comes later and says, "Oh, those terrible things I said about you, about you being gay, it's terrible." And Zoe gives some backstory that she's Catholic and obviously there's a notion that most Christians don't like gays. Um, which I guess is true, but me personally, someone who's grown up in a Christian home, I love everyone, and I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's good to see that aspect where Zoe feels like, hey, my mom's Catholic and I can't tell her because she'll hate me, and that very may be so. I think she might be mad at Zoe for a while, but I think she'll come around to it because she is who she is. So I really like that aspect. So I really hope that after Zoe talks to her mom that everything goes well, but probably won't go well at the start. Quick note, the first thing I noticed when Grace was talking to Zoe is it just me or does Grace look older? Now I'm not sure if they're trying to, if it's just like makeup. I think it's, well, at first I thought like Nikki Golding or whatever, the actress who plays Grace, is she like older than everyone? But I'm like, they've always had older people at Degrassi, so I'm like, I think like the makeup artist or whoever like made Grace look older because of her condition. So just something to note. Maybe it's nothing that Grace's condition is taking a toll on her. Hopefully we don't lose Grace in the future or like season 4 or whatever, but this is something I noticed. Let me know if you guys noticed it or I'm just crazy. In the final storyline, you've got Frankie, Lola, and Shay walking, talking about new class. I believe they're in 11th grade now, and they see Tiny, and Tiny looks great. You wouldn't he doesn't look like he just got out of a bus crash, so that's all good. And Zig is like, kiss her, man, kiss her, because Shay walks up to him. And also Zig is dating Esme. Yeah, I mean that was kind of expected, or I mean they're together. We don't know for the dating per se, but they'd be kissing. In the intro they're kissing. So yeah, but that's kind of the things I dislike about having such a short season, both episode length, it's only like 23 minutes, and also episode length, only 10 episodes per season, is that we really get to miss a lot. We really miss a lot. So we miss Esme and Zig getting together because at the end of season 2 it was really teased a lot, but obviously there's a huge jump. It's not a big deal, just something I noticed. So obviously when Lola sees Shay and Tiny together, she's feeling some type of way, and Lola Lola feels a need to post something on Instagram about missing her pink hair, and she has like blue hair now. By the way, what do you guys think? Do you like her pink hair better or her blue hair better? I personally like the new look better. Blue's my favorite color, so maybe I'm a bit more partial to blue, but I do like the new look better. Um, and so she says, I miss my pink hair," and she's like with Tiny. I think she's like not like she's kissing his cheek, or she's like pretending to bite him or something. So that goes on, and she posts it. And later in class, Shay confronts her because she's like, take the picture down, and she's like, why? And she's like, because he's my boyfriend. And she's like, well, I just posted a picture that was a long time ago when he's my boyfriend. And Shay gets really upset, and so they kind of like indirectly talk to each other on Instagram, which is kind of funny. And VJ mentions it when the teacher, by the way, I don't know his name, but he's been on Degrassi forever, I feel like. Um, I I enjoy his character. He's always like he's got this like comedic relief, but he's like in a weird way. I don't know. He's like a very stern teacher, but he's yeah. Anyways, so but I still don't know his name. Anyways, so they indirectly talk to each other, and the teacher says, "Well, if you guys aren't paying attention, because he's talking about like law and stuff, how about we talk about this?" And they make a case about so and so versus Lola, whatever. And so they prepare two cases, and they're pretty much going back and forth. And Lola's case is, hey, it's her phone, and it was a TBT, and the other side is like, it's emotional. You clearly know that Shay is dating Tiny or whatever, and it just gets really petty. And I'm just like, what is going on? I'm like, what is going on? Because like I think Lola is a very entertaining character, but so like far reach. Like I'm like, Lola, you knew that Tiny liked Shay before because he was gonna date her, and then you like swooped in, and yeah, so you kind of knew that you were second choice, but now things have come full circle. And so pretty much Lola gets emotional and says, go to hell. And teacher says, hey, watch your mouth. Gives her detention. And she gets his attention. And kind of like what I was talking about with Miles earlier, with him getting detention. Um, Before they get detention, they kind of like talk outside, and they kind of relate to whatever they're going through. And people like don't understand them with Tristan. Um, no one, it seems like, as sad as it to say, it seems like no one really cares about Tristan. Obviously, I'm sure that's not true, but like from Miles's perspective, it's like no one really cares about Tristan at all. And so he's kind of going through that. And also what happens is Lola is kind of going through some other type of grief with like a relationship with two types of grief. Um, Other both kind of like relationships, like with him and Tristan, and then also her and Tiny, even though they broke up. But it's very interesting where that's going. Very kind of weird because prior to this, I believe Miles and Lola rarely talked, except for that one time. Miles was like high on drugs, and he came to like the taco place or whatever Lola works at, and he was like mentioning that he wants to like bang her. I don't know. He said something, I believe, and then Tiny got really pissed off. But prior to that, I don't think they really interact, and so to get detention, he adds her, she adds him on Instagram, and it's kind of weird because I'm like, are they gonna go the friendship route where they're just there for each other? No, no, this is Degrassi where they make everyone into a relationship you don't expect. I didn't expect this. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like there might be something. Hopefully, it's like a friendship, but I mean, honestly, I mean, would I be against it? Let me know if you guys think, if you think it'll be more than just friends or anything. And also the fact that I'm kind of curious what's gonna happen to Tristan. Like at the episode was good, but there were some like dark parts where I'm like, is Tristan gonna make it? Because are they gonna like drag this out? Because that would just kill me. Like, I guess my prediction, I expected, first or second episode to know if someone died, but if they drag this on and then Tristan like dies, and that's really gonna kill Miles. Or if Tristan comes back and Miles has started something with Lola. That's, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Also, some other things that I didn't mention that really weren't really weren't storylines. Hunter is back at Degrassi. He's with Yale. They look cute, I guess. Hopefully everything goes well with. Did I say Spencer? I meant to say Hunter. If I don't know. Yeah, Hunter is back at Degrassi. a little mix up there because Spencer McPherson plays Hunter. Anyways, and also big note, Maya was MIA. You know, MIA, Maya. Actually, that doesn't work because Maya is spelled with a Y, and MIA is Mia, not Maya. That was a terrible joke. Yeah, so Maya is not here, and Jonah asked about her. I think Grace asked about her. So we know Maya. I think she like had a minor injury, and so she's not there, and I'm not really sure what's going on with her. And I'm sure there might be. I mean, I saw the thumbnail for the next episode because after I watch it, they show you the thumbnails, and we're gonna see Maya next episode. So I'm really curious to see what happened to Maya, um, like her mental state. Obviously, we know she's gone through a lot with Cam and stuff, so I wonder if like that near-death experience kind of changed her. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hopefully, I didn't forget too much important things. But Degrassi's back. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Um, what are your predictions? Like I said, all the episodes are out, so if you've seen it, episode 2 and beyond, please don't spoil it because that's not cool, man. It's not cool. But yeah, what did you guys think about this episode? Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. It's been your boy Neon Diamond 101. Peace.